So we will continue with the block diagram of ECG. Karan, confirm, is this slide visible?
No, sir.
Now, is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Today I have sent an email through that Genomio admin portal. The instruction came from higher authority that all the students should attend all the online lectures, and for that we have to take follow-up. And as a part of that, I have sent an email. I have found there are a lot of students who remain absent right from the first class, so that list is also available with me. I know that it is very difficult in this particular situation to attend the online lectures, but somehow I think I can expect at least within a week, if my lecture, or if you have a lecture of any subject, I think you can at least attend uh, out of 4, I think at least you can attend 2 to 3 lectures of that particular subject. So it is very essential for all of you to start attending all the lectures. And as per the another email, I have instructed and I have informed that I am going to take an exam of measurement in industry on Saturday from 11 to 12, and syllabus is also I have forwarded. So on the same Genomio portal, as we have taken the exam last time of this BMI subject, you can attempt the test of MI through the same portal, through the same login credentials which are already provided to you. So, and another thing which I have also seen is that people are joining the class, and sometimes it may be due to the network, but sometimes people are just by putting their attendance, they immediately left the class. So that is also not advisable. I have that record that is also provided by the teams, but at least I expect that if you come in the class, you should stay, you should try to stay, except if you have some network issue and all. So without talking much about that, let's see what we were discussing in the last class. So this is what we have been looking at. This is the block diagram of ECG. So this is what we already seen. Uh, what this block diagram
સર
means?
એક્સક્યુઝ મી સર
Yes, please.
સર તમે કીધું કે સર ઈમેલ મોકલ્યો છે ટેસ્ટને સર નથી આવ્યો ઈમેલ
એડમિન પોર્ટલ થ્રુ મોકલ્યો છે. આઈ થિંક આજનો અમારે એટેન્ડન્સ નો આવી ગયો છે મેલ, સ્ટાર્ટ
ના સર
અટેન્ડિંગ ક્લાસ.
સર ના સર એકે નહીં આવ્યો સર.
What about others? Have you received an email? Admin કરીને હશે.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, ઠીક છે. I'll just check the settings again, and I'll send the email again. So again, જો મેસેજ નથી મળ્યો તો હું તમને કહી પણ દઉં કે on Saturday on 22nd from 11 to 12, હું આમાં પણ મેસેજ મૂકી દઈશ ટીમ્સમાં પણ. From 11 to 12 you have the exam of MI subject. The content is up to the last lecture, whatever we have seen in the class. All these things I have included in this test, and test is of 30 marks. બીજી બધી ડિટેલ હું તમને એમાં મોકલી દઈશ. Okay. So this is what we have been looking at in the last class. Whatever comes out from the patient goes to the limb lead electrode, then it goes to the lead loop. We have seen the ECG is generally of 12 lead, or it is also called 12 lead ECG, where we are expecting that each lead gives some specific information which is generally used to diagnose the heart related problem. So whatever comes out from the this lead selection, it goes to the pre-amplifier. It is none other than the instrumentation amplifier, which provides certain gain to the signal, which is very low in amplitude, which is generally in terms of millivolt or microvolt. That signal goes to the isolator. Isolator is essential for isolating the patient side and the machine side. Then we have a combination of high pass filter and low pass filter, which is generally what it makes. It's a band pass filter, which allows the signal of interest only. As we have seen, the ECG is generally ranges from 0.05 hertz to 150 hertz or somewhere around 100 hertz. This is the frequency range of ECG. So we are only interested in the signal which comes in this particular range. So anything which is below 0.05, anything which is above 100 or 150, that has to be rejected by the particular filter. Then we have a main amplifier which provides a gain of 10. And then we have a narrow band reject filter, which is also known as a notch filter. This filter has a capability to reject one particular frequency. So here you can see it is either 50 hertz or 60 hertz. So if I say that I am having a notch filter having a 50 hertz cutoff, then the response of that filter is like this. It is like this. So what it says, this particular frequency, it is a 50. This is a graph between, on the x-axis you have hertz, on the y-axis you have a voltage, or sometimes it is your decibel. Here you have gain, and here you have frequency, gain versus frequency curve. So what it says, it says that anything which is other than 50 will pass through the filter, and whenever the signal comes with one specific frequency, say 50 hertz, then the filter is capable of blocking that particular signal only. Other than 50 hertz, it will allow it pass through easily. Now these are the basic requirements for making an ECG machine. But if you look at the modern instrument, it always has certain additional features. So what are they? So in the, while we were discussing about the 12 leads of ECG, there are two possibilities. Either you can select all the 12 leads manually, that is called manual selection, or it is possible to select automatically. So while we were looking at those machines, આપણે શરૂઆતના લેક્ચરમાં જોયું હતું કે BPL નું એક મશીન હતું. તો એ મશીનમાં there is a either you can put a switch on particular lead, or you can allow all the leads to be scanned at particular interval. So બારે બાર lead ને ધારો કે 10 સેકન્ડ માટે જોવી હોય, so you just have to put it on auto mode. Then ultimately the machine will decide that it has to scan each and every lead for that particular duration. So there are two possibilities. Either you can select that particular lead manually, or you can put it in auto mode. Lead fail detect. So this is very, very important. If the signal which is taken by the electrodes from the patient to the machine, so somehow if that lead is failed, if there is a interruption in the path of the signal from the patient to the machine, then that is also detected by the machine itself. Another feature is called auto calibration. Auto calibration means the machine itself calibrates by providing some standard signal. So whenever we talk about calibration in instrumentation, we used to say that the calibration is necessary to check whether the instrument is working in proper condition or not. So for that calibration, sometimes it is performed on a yearly basis, sometimes it is performed on monthly basis, sometimes it is performed on weekly basis, or sometimes it is performed on daily basis. But here the calibration is performed for each particular reading. So suppose in a day, if the machine is used 30 times, or for taking the ECG of 30 patients, then during each and every reading, the machine itself calibrates by providing a 1 millivolt standard calibration pulse. Baseline restoration. Baseline restoration means baseline is the line, it is a zero line. So somehow if that baseline goes above or below the zero level, આપણે ઓસિલોસ્કોપમાં પણ આવે છે, ઓસિલોસ્કોપમાં તમે y ડિરેક્શન કરીને આવે તો ક્યારેય જો ઝીરો લાઇન છે એ ઝીરો થી ડેવિએટ થઈ જાય, આઈધર ઇટ ગોઝ અપવર્ડ ઓર ઇટ ગોઝ ડાઉનવર્ડ, તો આપણી પાસે એક નોબ હોય છે, દેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ વાય ડિરેક્શન નોબ. એ વાય ડિરેક્શન નોબ હોય અથવા વર્ટિકલ ડિફ્લેક્શન વાળું જે નોબ હોય ને એને તમે યુ કેન manage that knob and ultimately you can drag this particular line to a zero level. The same facility is available with ECG. Parallel processing for simultaneous recording from different leads. So this is what we have also seen while we were discussing about the machine. આપણે ત્રણ અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના મશીન જોયા હતા. ત્રણેય મશીનમાં શું હતું, એક મશીન એવું હતું કે જેમાં એટ અ ટાઈમ એક લીડ થઈ શકે, એને આપણે કીધું હતું સિંગલ ચેનલ મશીન. પછી આપણી પાસે બીજું મશીન હતું, ઇટ ઇઝ અ 4 ચેનલ મશીન, કે જેમાં એક સાથે 4 ચેનલ જોઈ શકાતી હતી. અને એક મશીન હતું which is 12 ચેનલ. It is a 12 channel. યાદ ના હોય તો I just show it to you. Yeah, it's here. જો અહીંયા જુઓ તમે, this is called single channel machine because you can see only one channel at a time. This is a 4 channel machine because you can see 4 lead at a time, and this is called 12 channel machine because you can see 12 different leads at a time. તો એના બેઝ ઉપર અહીંયા ત્રણ અલગ અલગ ચેનલ લખી છે, 1 channel, 4 channel or 12 channel. હવે તમે જ્યારે 12 ચેનલ અથવા એક કરતા વધારે ચેનલ રાખો એટલે શું થાય કે એક ચેનલને પ્રોસેસિંગ કરવા માટે જેટલા બ્લોક્સ જોતા હોય, હવે તમારી પાસે 12 ચેનલ હોય. if you want to see 12 channels at a time, it means you require parallel processing blocks for that particular channel. ધારો કે એક એમ્પ્લીફાયર એક ચેનલ માટે જોઈએ છે, તો તમે જ્યારે ડ્યુઅલ ચેનલ વાપરો તો 2 એમ્પ્લીફાયર વાપરવા પડશે. 12 ચેનલ હોય તો 12 એમ્પ્લીફાયર મૂકવા પડે. It means if you want to increase the processing capability, the circuit complexity and the number of blocks will increase. So that is what listed here. Now everything is microcontroller based. So the entire operation is governed by a mini computer. Currently there are certain devices are available in the market which has this particular feature. This is called ECG analysis program. So once you get the ECG, તમારી પાસે એકવાર ECG આવી જાય, after that machine itself is capable of analyzing the waveform. Machine પોતે જ waveform analyze કરશે કે ભાઈ આમાં કઈ problem છે કે નહીં, બરોબર. There are certain algorithms which are built in the machine which makes this particular feature possible. Ultimately we have storage, display, recorder and printer facility. Nowadays it is available with isolated power supply. તો આપણે વાત કરી હતી કે patient and machine અને supply અને machine isolated હોય, machine અને patient isolated હોય. કારણ કે safety of patient is important, safety of machine is also important. આપણે વાત કરી હતી, the machine generally cost say 50,000 or 50,000 right now. So in order to protect that machine, they have to use some isolated power supply. Currently, the machine also supports this feature that is called amplifier protection circuit. We will discuss this particular feature in detail after 4 5 slides. Okay. So this can be considered as a full diagram of ECG machine. એક્ઝામમાં ક્યારે પૂછાય અથવા તમારે કોઈ ડાયાગ્રામ વિશે કંઈ કહેવું હોય, then you can consider this particular diagram as a block diagram of the machine. So let's see one by one what are the main blocks in this. So let's start from here. Sensing electrode, it means here you have a patient. Sensing electrodes are connected to the patient. Then first it goes to the amplifier protection circuit. This circuit is generally also known as defib protection. I'll just give you a little bit introduction about what this circuit is. You must have seen in person, or you might have seen few things while you are watching something in your television. That patient is at the verge of dying, and suddenly the doctor applies a shock through some pedal electrodes, and immediately the patient comes back to the life. You might have seen some arrangement like this. So that instrument by which they are applying a shock to the patient's body, that instrument is called defibrillator. તમે જોયું છે ક્યારેક patient મરવાની અણીએ હોય ને ત્યારે ડોક્ટર એક શોક આપે પેડલ થી અને ઇમિડિયેટલી પેશન્ટ છે એ લાઈવ થઈ જાય. તમે કદાચ એ પણ CPR સાંભળ્યું હશે, દેટ ઇઝ કાર્ડિયોપલ્મનરી રિસસિટેશન. જ્યારે વ્યક્તિ ડાય થાય ત્યારે પેશન્ટ ઉપર પેશન્ટની ચેસ્ટ ઉપર ડોક્ટર હાથ રાખીને થોડાક પુશ કરે એને, એટલે શું થાય કે જેની કાર્ડિયો એટલે હાર્ટ અને પલ્મનરી એટલે લંગ અને હાર્ટ અને લંગની જે કમ્બાઇન સિસ્ટમ છે ને એ સમહાવ કામ કરવા માંડે. જો કામ કરવા માંડે તો પેશન્ટ છે એ બચી શકે, એની સંભાવના વધી જાય. એના જ પાર્ટ રૂપે ઘણી વખત જો હાર્ટ સ્ટોપ થઈ જાય, then what doctors are or what the medical professionals are doing is they are applying a shock. That is a high energy shock. They are delivering that shock through some pedal electrodes, but this particular shock is delivered while they are watching the ECG. એક બાજુ ECG જોવાના છે અને બીજી બાજુ તમારે શોક આપવાનો છે. તો શું થાય કે sometime it may happen that shock which they are giving to the patient's body, that shock may go into the machine as well, કારણ કે સેન્સિંગ ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ પેશન્ટને કનેક્ટ કરેલા છે. તો તમે જેવો શોક પેશન્ટની બોડીને આપશો એટલે એ કરંટ જે હશે that current might flow through the patient's body and then it may go to the machine, ECG machine. So in order to protect your ECG machine, you always have a circuit called defib protection circuit. Okay, આપણે થોડું ઇન ડિટેલ પણ વધારે જોશું, બટ જસ્ટ આટલું ઇનફ છે અત્યારે. Then we have lead selector. આપણે વાત કરીએ એમ કે L1 છે, L2 છે, AVR, AVF. યાદ ના હોય તો જસ્ટ આપણે રિવાઇઝ એક વખત નામ લખી નાખો એટલે યાદ રહી જાય. AVR, AVF અને AVL. And then we have V1 to V6 as bar lead છે. So lead selector either it is manual or it may be automatic. Then we have a preamplifier. Preamplifier is always an instrumentation amplifier. Then we have isolation circuit which isolates the patient side and the machine side. And then we have a driver amplifier. Here the driver amplifier generally contains your filter and main amplifier as well as it has a power amplifier. તમારું જે filter છે એ આની અંદર આવી જશે. The filter is well within this driver amplifier. એટલે band pass filter with your power amplifier આ બંને આની અંદર આવી ગયું છે. And ultimately you have a recorder or printer. This is the main path. આ આખો main path છે. આટલા બ્લોક તો main છે. એટલે these are the main blocks which at least you need if you want to make an ECG machine. Now in addition to that, there are supplementary blocks or the additional feature blocks are also available. Let's see one by one. I'll just clean it. Okay. Now if we look at the supplementary features or the additional feature, this is the first feature. આપણે જે પાછળ લિસ્ટ આઉટ કર્યા ને 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 આ 10 ફીચર આની અંદર છે. ક્લિયર? So this is the lead fail detect. So as we have seen, if the sensing electrode and the machine, this is out of the machine. This is connected to the patient and this is called the machine side. So somehow if the link between the patient side and the machine side is broken, then that will be detected by the machine itself. So that is called lead fail detect. This is an additional feature. Then we have seen the machine has a auto calibration feature. આપણે વાત કરી કે દરેક વખતે જ્યારે રીડિંગ થશે ત્યારે મશીન શું કરશે, એક 1 મિલીવોલ્ટનું સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ પલ્સ આપશે. આવું બરાબર મશીનની અંદરથી આવું પલ્સ જનરેટ થાય અને જો એવું જ પલ્સ રેકોર્ડરની અંદર ડિસ્પ્લે થાય એનો મતલબ કે બધા બ્લોક્સ ઓકે છે. So that is called auto calibration. આપણે બીજું એક ફીચર વિશે વાત કરી which is called baseline restoration. તો આપણે કીધું કે બેઝલાઇન કોઈ પણ હિસાબે ઉપર નીચે થઈ ગયો તો એ પછી રિસ્ટોર થઈ જાય. પછી એક બીજા ફીચર વિશે વાત કરી that is called isolated power supply. So that is also here. પછી એક બીજું ફીચર જોયું હતું that is parallel circuits for simultaneous recording from different lead. So if you want that your machine is a 4 channel or a 8 channel or a 12 channel, it means you have to put 12 different blocks. આવા 12 PT amplifier આવશે, 12 isolation circuit આવશે અને 12 driver amplifier આવશે. 4 channel હોય તો 4 આવા આવશે, સિંગલ ચેનલ હશે તો ખાલી એક જ આવશે. So as per the machine you have to put parallel circuits which contains all these blocks. Then we have seen one feature that you can store the data, you can record the data, you can print the data, or you can transmit the data. So after storage you can also transmit the data. Then we also listed one feature that the entire operation is governed by the microcontroller. So here you can see it is a microcomputer which governs the entire operation. Then we also listed that there is a ECG analysis feature. So here it is, the program which is inbuilt in the computer, which has that particular feature that it can diagnose certain small features. Ekdam diagnosis, it is impossible. And if you look at the medical industry, then also it is very, very difficult to replace the role of doctors. It's not possible, it's impossible. તમે ગમે એવું sophisticated machine લાવો કે જે patient ને લગાવો ને diagnosis આપી દે, then also it's not possible. તમે અત્યારે જો, if you want that, આપણે જ્યારે વાત કરી હતી BMI subject વિશે, આપણે વાત કરી diagnosis is very, very important. નિદાન સાચું થાય ને તો જ એની ટ્રીટમેન્ટ સાચી થાય. એટલે નિદાન સાચું કરવા માટે કોઈ પણ પેશન્ટ કોઈ પણ બીમારીથી પીડાતો હોય એટલે એ 10 ડોક્ટરને મળશે, જ્યાં સુધી એને એમ નહીં લાગે કે આ સાચું નિદાન એને કર્યું છે ત્યાં સુધી. કારણ કે જે ડોક્ટર સાચું નિદાન કરી શકે, the doctor who can diagnose perfectly about that particular disease or problem, then and only then he or she can treat. The નિદાન છે ને, that comes from the experience, and it is very difficult to transmit that experience of a medical professional into the machine. તમે ગમે એટલું મેપિંગ કરવાની ટ્રાય કરો ને, then also અમુક એવા પોઈન્ટ હોય તો રહી જ જાય. ઇટ્સ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ. તમે ગમે એવું મોટું અલ્ગોરિધમ બનાવો ને તો પણ. એટલે અત્યારના જે ECG છે, it has the capability that it can give some primary diagnosis. Okay. Then we have operator display and keyboard for entering certain basic information about the patient. Apart from these features, there are two more blocks which are listed here. These two blocks are called right leg electrode and right leg driver circuit. અહીંયા બે બીજા block છે. This is called right leg driver and right leg electrode. While we are discussing about the lead, we always used to say that right leg is the electrode which is always connected to the ground. આ electrode હંમેશા ground સાથે connect કરેલો છે. So it means we are talking about an electrode which is connected to the ground. So we are sending some signal back to the patient. આ એવું થયું ને, આ મશીન છે, મશીનમાંથી તમે એક આ સર્કિટને આપ્યું અને આ સર્કિટમાંથી તમે રાઇટ લેગ ઇલેક્ટ્રોડને. ઇટ મીન્સ સેન્સિંગ ઇલેક્ટ્રોડ ફ્રોમ ધી પેશન્ટ ટુ ધ મશીન. And through this you are again sending some signal from the machine to the patient. આટલું ખાલી યાદ રાખજો. We will discuss about this circuit in detail. So these are the main blocks. ક્યારે પણ block diagram of ECG પૂછાય, then this particular diagram you can draw, or you can say that this can be a probable diagram of ECG. So everything which we have discussed, I બધું જ અહીંયા લખેલું છે. No need to repeat it again. Yeah, this thing I'll just repeat it. So driver amplifier. So as I mentioned, it amplifies the ECG to a level at which, so it has a amplifier. આની અંદર શું શું છે એ આપણે લિસ્ટ આઉટ કર્યું. It is AC coupled, so it is a kind of filter. AC coupled means it only allows the AC signal to pass while DC will be blocked. So it blocks the DC. It has a band pass filter, so it is again a filter, and it also has a zero offset control. So again a zero level adjustment can be possible with this driver amplifier. Other than that, this everything we have seen in detail. Okay. So whenever we talk about the first block of the ECG, આપણે વાત કરી કે first block of ECG it is called pre-amplifier, and we have also said that it is always the instrumentation amplifier. So whenever you select a pre-amplifier of the ECG, you have to look for certain characteristics. So what are they? These characteristics include, first, it should be differential bioelectric amplifier. તમે આપણો મતલબ BMI સબ્જેક્ટ છે એનો સેકન્ડ પાર્ટ જોશો, બીજો પાર્ટ જે સર તમારો લે છે એ પાર્ટની અંદર આ બાયોઇલેક્ટ્રિક એમ્પ્લીફાયર નામનો એક ટોપિક હશે. સો ડિફરન્શિયલ બાયોઇલેક્ટ્રિક એમ્પ્લીફાયર જે તમે પ્રી એમ્પ્લીફાયર માટે સિલેક્શન કરો, that has to be a bioelectric amplifier and having a differential configuration. It should have a high input impedance. It should have a lead selector switch. It should have a 1 millivolt calibration pulse. and it should have a means of protecting amplifier from high voltage discharge such as defibrillator which is connected on a patient. Amplifier will have instrumentation amplifier as well as, it means if you want to see a pre-amplifier which satisfy all these criteria કે ભાઈ differential configuration હોય, bioelectric amplifier હોય, high input impedance હોય, આ બે main જે criteria satisfy કરતું કોઈ machine હોય, then it is always an instrumentation amplifier. This is an example of ECG pre-amplifier circuit. So here you can see, let's see how the things are connected. This is right arm, left arm. Sometime it is connected over here, or sometime it is connected at a wrist. If you are using a clamp electrodes, generally they are putting over a wrist. And right leg, that is a ground electrode, it is connected somewhere over here. These are the cables which are connected to the patient. It goes to the INA 128. This is none other than the instrumentation amplifier. આપણે last time એવી પણ વાત કરી હતી કે there are two possibilities. Either you can use an instrumentation amplifier which is built in, means within an IC you will find an IC which contains the instrumentation amplifier. There are certain ICs are available which has quad op amp or quad instrumentation amplifier. એક સાથે 4 op amp અંદર હોય તો 4 instrumentation amplifier અંદર જ આપેલા હોય. અને એમાં પણ you might have heard about this particular word called ASIC, that is called application specific integrated chip. So if you want an instrumentation amplifier in biomedical application or in the medical application, then you have to search accordingly. તમારે જે એપ્લિકેશન માટે જે પર્ટિક્યુલર બ્લોક જોતો હોય ને એ અવેલેબલ છે માર્કેટમાં. સો ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટેશન એમ્પ્લીફાયર or medical application or instrumentation amplifier for ECG, then also you will find that particular IC. So this is that INA 128, that is the instrumentation amplifier. Now these are the gain adjusting register. RG છે ને આ બંને gain adjusting register છે. Now here you can see that the signal which is connected to the plus and minus, અહીંયા બે connect કરેલા છે, then it goes to the VO. પછી આના પછી જે બીજા સ્ટેજ હશે એમાં જશે. Now part of that signal you are feeding back to the right leg. આમાં બે path છે. એક path આ છે. The thing which you need to understand here is there are two paths. One path is this. Signal are going in this particular direction. And second path is the part of signal you are feeding back to the patient. આવી રીતે છે. આ signal આમ જાય છે. And part of the signal you are feeding back to the patient. Now this particular circuit, a major circuit, this circuit is called right leg driver circuit. આનું નામ છે right leg driver circuit. Configuration, you need to understand the configuration. So let's see what this circuit will do. આ શું છે આપણે જોઈ લઈએ. Here you can see a word called common mode voltage. Okay, before continuing, can anyone tell me what is common mode voltage? આપણે last time કદાચ વાત કરી હતી in detail. Yes, anyone? What is common mode voltage? Abhishek? Divyesh? Common mode voltage.
સર
Yes.
સર બે પોર્ટ નું ઇનપુટ કોમન હોય.
Yes, that is common mode voltage. Good. Common mode voltage means આપણે કદાચ last time વાત કરી હતી કે આવી રીતે હોય, આ રીતે પ્લસ અને માઇનસ છે બેને કોમન કરી અને અહીંયા તમે સિગ્નલ આપો, it is called common mode. તો અહીંયા જો આ બંને સિગ્નલ એકચ્યુઅલ પ્લસ અને માઇનસ ના છે. So that is called common mode signal. So you are deriving that signal back from this and you are sending it back to the patient. Common mode signal means the signal which appears at plus and minus. Clear? The same signal will appear here. So if you are shorting these two terminals and if you apply some voltage here, this is called common mode voltage. બંને ટર્મિનલ ઉપર જ્યારે સરખા વોલ્ટેજ આપો, that is called common mode voltage. So you are deriving that common mode voltage from here. First it goes to this particular circuit. Can anyone tell me what this circuit is? આ જોઈને કહી શકશે આ કઈ સર્કિટ છે?
Voltage follower.
Yes, it is follower. Clear? It's true. It is a voltage follower, a unity feedback circuit. પ્લસ માં આપ્યું છે અને માઇનસ છે ને આ રીતે કરેલું છે, એટલે આ છે વોલ્ટેજ ફોલોઅર છે. એન્ડ what about this? આ કઈ સર્કિટ છે? Anyone?
सर ये इंटीग्रेटर या डिफरेंशिएटर में सर कुछ कंफ्यूजन है.
Integrated differentiator uses capacitor. Again, here there is no capacitor. You can see. Integrated differentiator में
Yes, sir,
capacitor
yes.
here no capacitor. So we are only using two resistors and having same value. અહીંયા 10k છે, અહીંયા 390k છે અને આઉટપુટમાં 390k છે. It's a inverting amplifier. This is nothing but an inverting amplifier. It is બીજું કાંઈ જ નથી. This is just an inverting amplifier. Inverting માં ઇનપુટ આપેલું છે અને પોઝિટિવ ટર્મિનલ ગ્રાઉન્ડ કર્યો છે અને ઇનપુટ ઇન્વર્ટિંગ માં અને ફીડબેક રેઝિસ્ટર 390 છે. So RF is 390, R1 is 10k. So 390 by 10. So yeah, the gain is somewhere around 39. આટલી gain વાળું એક inverting amplifier છે. Clear? So this is an inverting amplifier. So we have two circuits here. One is a voltage follower. Voltage follower is generally used to represent the signal as it is. Whatever comes on the input side, you want to appear the same signal on the output side without loading. Loading થાય નહીં એવી રીતે ઇનપુટ ને આઉટપુટ માં રિપ્રેઝન્ટ કરવાનું છે. પછી જે આઉટપુટ આવે એને ઇન્વર્ટ કરે છે, આ ઇન્વર્ટ એમ્પ્લિફાય કરે છે, and that signal goes to the right leg. So what ultimately this particular thing will do, suppose if your common mode signal is 3 volt, this is just for example, common mode or a noise, આની સાથે તમારું ધારો કે signal of interest. Okay? So suppose if whatever comes from here, if it has a common mode voltage of 3 volt plus your actual signal of interest, if it is coming from here, then what this will do, it will take this 3 volt over here. Okay? It is always in terms of millivolt. The common mode signal it is very small in amplitude, but just for example આપણે અહીંયા લઈએ છીએ, it is in terms of say millivolt or microvolt. એનાથી પણ ઓછું હોય. It is in terms of say tens of microvolt or 30-40 microvolt. But due to the amplification and amplitude વધી જશે. So if that common mode signal appears here, then this particular circuit will take that 3 volt and represent or fed that particular signal back to the patient by inverting its polarity. એટલે 3 volt generate કરે છે વત્તા ઓરિજિનલ સિગ્નલ છે, તો 3 volt ને પાછા ગ્રેબ કરે છે, એને એમ્પ્લિફાય કરીને ફરી પાછા પેશન્ટ ઉપર મોકલે છે. So something like this. If it is generating 3 volt, then you are sending minus 3 volt back to the patient. So ultimately what happens, this 3 volt and 3 volt gets cancelled. This is one of the aim, that part of the common mode signal which is coming from the patient, you are inverting the polarity of that particular signal and again you are sending back to the patient. So the overall aim of this right leg driver circuit is to lower the noise level at the patient. પેશન્ટ ની જ્યારે સાઈડ થી જે નોઈસ આવે છે એ જ નોઈસ ને અથવા ઇનપુટ જે નોઈસ છે એને જ ઓછો કરી દેવો. તેના માટે શું કરે છે કે ઇનપુટ નોઈસ ને ગ્રેબ કરી અને છૂટો પાડી અને એને એની પોલારિટી ઇન્વર્ટ કરીને ફરી પાછો ઇનપુટ તરફ જ મોકલે છે. એટલે શું થશે, પોલારિટી ઇન્વર્ટ થવાના લીધે જે સોર્સ સાઇડ છે ને એ જ નોઇસ ડેમિનિશ થઈ જશે અથવા ઓછો રિડ્યુસ થઈ જશે. So while you are using an instrument, while you are using an ECG preamplifier, you always have to deal with certain types of noise. અહીંયા આપણે 4-5 અલગ અલગ મેઇન સોર્સિસ ઓફ નોઇઝ આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ કર્યા છે અને જે 4-5 અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના નોઇઝ છે એને ડીલ કરવા માટે કઈ કઈ ટેકનોલોજી વાપરે છે that we are going to study here. So આપણે એમ જોયું કે until now what we have assumed કે આપણે એમ કીધું કે common mode signal, whatever common mode signal comes from the source, if we consider amplifier as the ideal, then what happens, that particular amplifier has capability to cancel out that particular signal. But however, with practical op amp, there is not perfect cancellation. Thus, what we are getting is we are always getting some common mode voltage. So how to deal with that? So if two inputs are hooked together into a differential amplifier driven by a common source, આપણે વાત કરી આવી રીતે, if plus minus, and if I connect something like this with respect to ground, and here it is grounded. So if two inputs are hooked together, so these are the two inputs 1 and 2 together into a differential, this is our differential amplifier driven by a common source. So this is my common source, I'll write VCM. With respect to ground, the common mode voltage should be the same and the ideal output should be 0. So ideally what we are expecting is V0 is equal to V1 minus V2, and ideally if plus and minus both are same, then what we are expecting is V output should be 0. This is ideal condition, but practically you will see a voltage. So that voltage is called common mode voltage. So in case of ECG, that common mode voltage is comprises of two particular components. First component is called DC electrode offset potential. So while you are connecting an electrode to the patient, that electrode has some potential. That potential is called half cell potential. એ કદાચ તમને સેકન્ડ પાર્ટમાં સર કરાવશે what it is. It is called half cell potential. So it means if you connect an electrode to the patient, you always have to deal with this particular quantity. This is DC in nature. DC હશે. Second part is 50 Hertz AC induced interference, which is caused by the magnetic and electric field from power line and transformer. So this is nothing but your power line interference. બે અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના નોઇઝ છે. One is DC, which is due to the half cell potential of the electrode, and second is called 50 Hertz induced noise, or it is also called the power line interference. So this noise is AC in nature. So બે અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના common mode voltage produce થાય. So we are using an instrumentation amplifier. So આપણે circuit જોઈએ એમ INA128, which uses a differential amplifier which will cancel much of the 50 Hertz component and common mode DC offset currents to each input. So our first line of defense is our instrumentation amplifier itself. જે common mode voltage આવે છે patient side થી, તો એ common mode voltage ને reduce કરવા માટે first we are using a differential amplifier or we are using an instrumentation amplifier. તો એ શું કરશે, જે 50 Hertz noise અને DC offset potential છે એ બંનેને reduce કરવાનું પહેલું કામ એ કરશે. If each signal is carrying similar noise, then the sum of the noise will subtract out with a differential amplifier configuration. So that is what we already know. Second line of defense is right leg driver. Right leg driver circuit is used in a feedback configuration to reduce 50 Hertz noise and drive the noise on patient to a lower level. તો આપણે વાત કરીએ, we are sending part of the signal back to the patient by inverting its polarity. So ultimately what we are doing is we are reducing the noise on a patient. Third defense is we are using an isolation amplifier which will also attenuate the noise. આ પણ તમારે સેકન્ડ પાર્ટમાં આવશે, આઇસોલેશન એમ્પ્લીફાયર શીખશો ત્યારે. જેમ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટેશન એમ્પ્લીફાયરમાં CMRR આવે છે, એવી જ રીતે આઇસોલેશન એમ્પ્લીફાયરમાં IMRR આવે, આઇસોલેશન મોડ રિજેક્શન રેશિયો. So isolation amplifier also has the capability to attenuate the noise. And the last defense which we are using is shielding of cables. So this cable is shielded by a particular material which also reduces the noise further. So if we just review the 5 different ways by which we can reduce the noise in ECGs, first we are using a common mode rejection capability of a differential amplifier. Second, we are using a right leg driver in which we are sending part of the input back to the patient. Third mechanism, we are using shielding of wire. Fourth mechanism is we are using the isolation amplifier. And in addition to this, we are also using one more mechanism which is called notch filter. So as we have seen, notch filter is like this. So what it does, it generally has the capability to reduce or reject that particular component. So if we are using 50 Hz notch, it means it can cancel that 50 Hz component, or if we are using 60 Hz notch, then it can cancel that particular 60 Hz component. Clear? So these are called the 5 different defense mechanism by which you can reduce the noise in ECG machine. First is differential amplifier having a common mode rejection. Second is right leg driver. Third is shielding of cables. Fourth is isolation amplifier, and fifth is notch filter. Now, as we have seen, मैं बात करी कि defib protection circuit. So what that defib protection circuit means? So let's see what that defibrillator means first. So a defibrillator, it is a high voltage electrical heart stimulator which is used to resuscitate heart attack victims. જ્યારે પણ કોઈ પણ પેશન્ટને હાર્ટ એટેક આવે અથવા તો કાર્ડિયક અરેસ્ટ, હૃદય સ્તબ્ધ થઈ જાય, અથવા આપણે સિસ્ટમમાં જોઈએ તો if you are using a mobile, if you are using computer, sometime what happens, computer અથવા જે તમારું સિસ્ટમ હોય એ હેંગ થઈ જાય. Clear? હેંગ થઈ જાય. If you are processing or if you are giving any command, then also your system is not able to respond to that command. Then what is the ultimate option? The ultimate option is you are pressing a reset button. અથવા restart button તમે પ્રેસ કરો. કમ્પ્યુટર હેંગ થઈ જાય અથવા મોબાઈલ હેંગ થઈ જાય, તો ultimately you have to press a reset or restart button. Just like that, whenever the patient undergoes the heart attack or cardiac arrest condition, at that time we are giving a strong electrical impulses from a machine which can function similar to the restart button. જેમ restart button કામ કરે છે ને, એવી જ રીતે આ defibrillator machine heart ને restart કરવા માટે use થશે. So what happens in this case, when a physician applies this high voltage and current to the patient, at that time this high voltage and current can cause damage to the medical equipment, but physician still needs to view the ECG of patient. આપણે વાત કરી કે જ્યારે high voltage આપશે ત્યારે physician ને ECG તો જોવાના જ છે. So બંને વસ્તુ પેરેલલ કરવાની છે. You are viewing the ECG of the patient and then you are applying a shock to the patient. So you are doing 2 tasks parallelly. So in this case, how do you protect your medical equipment from excessively high voltage and current? So if I am talking about high voltage, it means I am talking about a 3000 volt DC. Defibrillator machine is capable of delivering this much of high energy impulse. Again, it is in DC. 3000 volt DC ની વાત કરીએ છીએ. Of course, it is for a very small duration in terms of millisecond. Duration ઓછું હશે, but that is what you are applying to the patient. So you are talking about very high DC shock which you are giving to the patient's chest. So how you are protecting your machine against this much of high voltage? So for that, we are using this particular mechanism. This is called, for again, in order to protect the ECG against the defibrillation shock, there are 3 different arrangements. આમાં 3 arrangements. This is the first arrangement. This is called second arrangement, and this is called third arrangement. 3 arrangement અલગ-અલગ છે. One, this is second and third. 3 arrangement છે. First arrangement is called glow lamp. Clear? This is called glow lamp. So as the name indicates, the lamp will glow. When the lamp will only glow whenever the potential across the two terminal goes above certain value. આપણે જ્યારે ECG record કરતા હોય ત્યારે આપણે વાત કરી, we are dealing in terms of millivolt. And while we talk about the defibrillation, we are talking about 3000 up to 3000 volt. So see the journey 1 millivolt to 3000 volt. So it means we are talking about a higher voltage. So here we are using a special type of lamps which are connected between the two leads, with the lead ni vachche, or we can say they are connected in parallel. Simply, they are connected in parallel. So what happens in this case? Whenever the potential across the two leads goes above certain value, at that time this lamp will glow. આ બધા lamp છે ચાલુ થઈ જશે. And whenever the lamp will glow, at that time the current will find a low reactance path through these lamps, and ultimately it will get grounded. Clear? The arrangement is like this. I'll just erase it. Whenever the potential across, or whenever that lamp will glow, at that time current finds a low resistance path through this particular link. So instead of going in this particular direction, the current will be grounded. આપણો એમ શું છે? આપણો એમ છે કે જ્યારે 3000 વોલ્ટ એટલે જેટલો હાઈ કરંટ ત્યારથી ઇનપુટ સાઇડ થી આવશે, at that time that current or that voltage should not appear at the input of the amplifier. એમ્પ્લીફાયર ના ઇનપુટ સુધી પહોંચે એ પહેલા જ એને ઓછા કરી દેવાના, એના પહેલા જ એને ગ્રાઉન્ડ કરી દેવાનો છે. So we have the first arrangement which is called glow lamps. So let's see what it is. Glow lamps are the pair of electrodes which are mounted in a glass envelope in an atmosphere of lower pressure neon gas or a mix of inert gases. So typically what happens? Impedance across electrode is high. So typically they are open. Simply we can say that they are open. So if they are open, it means the current will follow this particular path. Clear? But if the voltage across electrode exceeds the ionization potential of the gas, જેમ આપણે ઇનકન્ડેન્સેટ જે બધા બલ્બ આવે છે અથવા ફ્લુરોસન્ટ જે બલ્બ આવે છે એમાં પણ ઇનબિલ્ટ ગેસ હોય છે. So whenever you give supply to the bulb, at that time gas vaporization થાય એનું અથવા ionization થાય અંદર રહેલું, and then it will be converted into light photons. So in this also, whenever the voltage across that particular lamp exceeds the ionization potential of the gas, then what happens? Impedance suddenly drops. So you create a short circuit to the ground. So majority of the current goes safely to the ground and avoids your amplifier. This is called first protection mechanism by means of the glow lamp. If you look at the second protection mechanism, we are using a Zener diode. Yeah, these are the Zener diode. You can see 3 Zener diode છે. 3 લીડ માં કનેક્ટ કરેલા, LA RA અને RL માં. એટલે જેટલી લીડ હોય 4 હોય તો 4 માં યુઝ કરવાના. So what this Zener will do, as we have seen, Zeners are generally used as a voltage regulator. It regulates the voltage. Zeners are generally used as a voltage regulator. So unless the voltage across the Zener goes above the Zener potential, it will behave as a open configuration. બરાબર? ધારો કે 4.7 વોલ્ટ નો Zener હોય તો શું થાય કે અહીંયા જ્યાં સુધી 4.7 વોલ્ટ ના આવે ત્યાં સુધી આ Zener છે, it will represent the same voltage on the output side. ધારો કે 3 વોલ્ટ હોય તો 3 વોલ્ટ અહીંયા આવશે, અહીંયા 4 વોલ્ટ હોય તો 4 વોલ્ટ આવશે. But whenever it crosses the Zener level, 4.7 થી above જાય, so here if it becomes 5, then also here it will give only 4.7 volt. Here if it becomes 15, then also the output remains 4.7. અહીંયા ધારો કે 25 વોલ્ટ થઈ જાય તો પણ output always remains 4.7. So it's a regulator. So it regulates the voltage in spite of increasing the input voltage above the Zener breakdown. It will keep the output at that particular level. Input side na voltage ગમે એટલા વધી જાય તો પણ output side માં હંમેશા જે Zener potential હશે એનાથી output ને વધવા દેશે નહીં. So this is called second mechanism by which you are protecting your amplifier against the defibrillation shock. So let's see what it is. Zener diode, it turns on when a minimum voltage is reached. So in this configuration, if a large voltage is applied through the defibrillator, the Zener diode will allow current to flow and shunts it to the ground. Thus current goes to the ground and not to the amplifier. આપણે ઝીનર ની characteristic એ ખ્યાલ છે. It is like this. So that voltage remains constant and current through the Zener diode keeps on increasing. Current બધો હશે Zener એનામાંથી પાસ થઈને ground કરી દેશે. But voltage it keeps to that particular level only. And third mechanism, it is a series mechanism. આ બે mechanism છે shunt mechanism છે અથવા parallel mechanism છે. This is first mechanism, this is second mechanism. So these are generally dealing with the voltage, and this is a series mechanism. That's why this deals with the current. So third mechanism is called current limiting diode. So as the name indicates, it limits the current which is passing through that particular diode. So diode is a device which conducts the electricity in one direction. Diode acts as a resistor. Here it acts as a resistor as long as current level remains below that limiting point. If current rises above the limit, the resistance will change and the current will become clamped. Okay? So it is like a variostor. You can say it is a variostor. Variostor means variable resistor. This diode is like a variostor or a variable resistor. So what it does, it limits the current which is passing through this particular device. So yeah, it is written here. It is a variable resistor which functions like a surge protector which clips that clips the spikes in the voltage. So voltage માં જે કોઈ spikes આવે ને એ બધા આની અંદર રોકાઈ જશે. Clear? So there are three mechanisms by which you are protecting your amplifier against the defibrillation shock: glow bulbs, Zener diode, and current limiting diodes. Okay. What type of damage you are expecting with the help of defibrillator? Defibrillator is 6 times greater than normal working voltage, so damage will eventually occur. So that is already what we have seen. So if you are reading getting the reading of ECG and suddenly if you are applying a defibrillation shock, then you can see what happens in the machine. This is called saturation. This is called saturation. From the extreme negative saturation, it goes to the extreme positive saturation. Again, it is coming back, and gradually it will return to the original level. This is called transient event. This is called voltage transient. Okay. Now we will see a diagram which is called multi-channel physiological monitoring system. Nowadays it is a culture that people are using a machine which has the capability to record more than one parameter. આપણે વાત કરી ECG, તો ખાલી ECG નહીં, એની સાથે blood pressure મળી જાય અથવા O2 CO2 નું concentration મળી જાય. અત્યારે ખબર છે ને, you people must be knowing that people are purchasing a pulse oximeter just to know the level of oxygen saturation in blood. અત્યારે તમે જુઓ તો in this COVID situation, people are purchasing so many medical equipments at their home. જેને પોસાય છે એ લોકોએ તો વેન્ટિલેટર ઘરે પરચેસ કરી લીધા છે. It's not about us, it's about the people who can afford. એ લોકો તો વેન્ટિલેટર ઘરે લઈ લીધા છે. So people are using thermal gun, people are using pulse oximeter, people are having nebulizer at home. અત્યારે શરદી કોઈ હિસાબે ના થાય, કફ જમા ના થાય, એના માટે એ લોકો સ્ટીમર, જેને આપણે સ્ટીમ આપીએ ને, nebulizer. People are using nebulizer at home. People are using blood pressure, automatic blood pressure machine at their home. If people are suffering from say diabetes, then also they are using that machine at their home. Clear? So likewise, nowadays people are interested in a machine which has the capability to record more than one parameter at a time. So that system is called multi-para monitoring. Clear? Multi-channel parameter monitoring system. So if any one of you are interested in this particular subject, then also you can make a machine, or you can make a project on this multi-para monitoring system as a part of your graduation. ઘણા બધા લોકો બનાવતા હતા, પહેલા પણ બનાવેલું છે અને હજી પણ ઘણા બધા લોકો as a part of their final year graduation project. If you are really interested in this particular direction and if you want to make your future in this, and then you can make a project based on this, that is multi-channel physiological monitoring system. So let's see what it says. This machine has the capability to record ECG. તો અહીંયા જો 1 થી 12 13 અહીંયા બધું. So this is a ECG. Then you have blood pressure. So blood pressure you have two channels, channel 1, channel 2. So blood pressure. Then you have body temperature. So body temperature. O2 CO2 gas. So અહીંયા બંને O2 CO2 gas measurement થાય છે. અને these two channels are blank. 28 channels. અત્યાર સુધી આપણે વાત કરી સિંગલ ચેનલ, પછી આપણે 4 ચેનલ ની વાત કરી, પછી આપણે ECG ની જ્યારે વાત કરી, at that time we are talking about 12 channel. Now this has a 28 channel. Out of that 28 channel, 13 channels are devoted for ECG. Then from 14 to 18 and 19 to 23, these channels are devoted for blood pressure. Then 3 channels they have allotted for the body temperature and gas, and last 2 channels, that is 27 and 28, are remain blank. So this is just for the future expansion. It means with this particular machine you can record the ECG, you can measure the body temperature, you can monitor the blood pressure, you can see the content of O2 and CO2, and in addition to that, if you want to add any further feature in your machine, then 2 blank channels are provided. With the help of that, you can expand your machine to that particular parameter. So this is called the multi-channel physiological system. What it has, ultimately it always starts with the buffer. Buffer is nothing but a voltage follower circuit. Buffer is nothing but a voltage follower circuit, plus minus. Then you have multiplexer and Wilson network. So multiplexer is needed to select that particular channel, and Wilson network is generally used to derive the Wilson common terminal while you are recording the chest lead from the patient. Then you have a new concept called programmable gain instrumentation amplifier. Till now you have studied about programmability. Programmability means you can say the instrument, or you can instruct the instrument to work as per your requirement. A microcontroller is a programmable device. So you can write certain command, and by which you can make that microcontroller to work as per your instructions. So likewise, nowadays instrumentation amplifiers are also available, which are programmable in nature. But this programmability is not soft programmability, but it is a hardwired programmability. તમારામાં instruction નથી લખવાની, but you have to put certain external components by which you can make the instrumentation amplifier to work as per your requirement. So that is called programmable gain instrumentation amplifier. Then you have sample and hold and ADC. These two are generally the combination of ADC. This is analog to digital converter, and ultimately the data goes for the serial data output. Yeah, so I think today we are at 5:45. So today I'm ending this class. And one thing about that email,